Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Applause. My name is Graham Day, and this man hiding out of shot, there he is, he's back, is the man that we call Baby.
I was stuck in my car.
Oh, euphemism. He's a tiger. All right.
Absolutely not. This is not a family show, but you know, I'm not ready to get this account kicked off Twitch just yet.
Terms of service, TOS, chill out, mate. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Applause. Do you know what? I'm going to show it on screen right now because I was chuckling at it before it came on. I've just. Do you know when you have like a tweet in your feed and it makes you chuckle or something, and then you'll jump onto your notifications or you'll have a look at what's trending on the Explore section or whatever, and you go back to the homepage and you see the same tweet again and it makes you chuckle. I have been wetting myself at this this morning. Where is it? Ah, there we go. This has been making me chuckle. Out of Context Humans Twitter account. The kid throws this guy ball. I'm thinking he's just going to knock it behind him, and that's it. Rude humans. It's everything about it. I was thinking it was like a look at a rude tennis player not acknowledging the back pass, not the kid falling, face planting, and then the instant like back on my feet, nothing happened here.
It's a little glance from the tennis player as he just looks back, like he just. It's quality.
The thing is,
the
tennis player is looking forward as the kid falls and face plants, and then he looks back. By the time he's looked back, the kid stood up, so the tennis player probably thinks he's just kicked it or something. Little does he know, face to the wall. But anyway, forget that. We're not here to look at kids face plant. Although, I mean, in the words of Sum 41, because you don't know us at all, we'll laugh when no people fall. Yes. Anyway, my name is Graham Day, as mentioned. This is Bib, and we together are part of Team Ice Cream, and in true Ice Creamy fashion, we bring you your scoop. This is your daily dose of news from the world of video games. We bring you the biggest, the best, and the breaking news stories from the world of video games. And we have a few for you, some doozies in there as well. Not only do we bring you the news, but we give you our thoughts and impressions on that news. We want your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions, so we can create a little bit of dialogue, backwards and forwards. And it's important that we have that dialogue because we turn this into a YouTube video and an audio podcast that goes out in 4 different places: iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play. So if you are live in the chat, please feel free to speak directly to the man that we call BB. Because, you know, everyone watching on demand, hi. Everyone listening on demand, hi. You get to listen afterwards, you get to pause, fast forward, rewind, but you don't get to speak and be part of the active live conversation. Obviously, feel free to drop a comment down below if you are watching on YouTube, but if you are live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, please feel free to get involved. And we do this each and every single weekday at 10 a.m. Ish. So, Bib Arena, what did you get last night?
What did I do yesterday? Oh, I went shopping straight after we finished the scoop. Get that shit out of the way so I don't have to do it for the rest of the week. Then went to go play golf. I had a decent round yesterday, but my body was in bits, so I only did 13 holes. Came back, you know, got a chicken dinner, standard stuff. And then I played a game. I found a golf MMO. I just found one on the internet, so I started playing that. It's not that great, but it has everything in there to be a good game. It's just not very good.
Do you know what? I'm disappointed at the fact that I went shopping, came back, you know, played some games, got a chicken dinner, and you moved on so quickly. I mean, I'm like they're trying to get this video on screen because proudest dad moment of my life. I mean, I have an actual child. This is up there.
It's just an everyday occurrence now. It's not. It's literally the first chicken dinner that I've ever got on my own.
So
that's not on PUBG Mobile.
Bit of context for everyone. Obviously, if you don't know, I play PUBG an incredible amount. I have PUBG memorabilia scattered around the room that I'm in. Talk about it all the time. Bib, not so much. He's played pretty much every other BR, but just not a fan of PUBG, despite my best attempts to get him on it. Anyway, recently, he's decided to give it a go, purely probably just to get me to shut up so that I will leave him alone eventually. Anyway, Bib last night, playing PUBG Lite on the PC, made this magic happen. Let's watch it together. The video graphic quality, two reasons. One, this is PUBG Lite, and two, it's a Twitter video, so bear with it. Oh, there we go, look at this. Bibby with the pan in his hand. He's an absolute... His final circle, 1v1. Bib's there with a pan. That's how confident he is, and it's nothing to do with the fact that he didn't know he didn't have it.
One of my dailies was to get a pan kill, but that's not the reason why I had it out, believe me.
Oh, that was good, that, to be fair. I'm not sure I'd have committed to that headshot then, because I'd have been like, am I going to miss this? But yeah, let's skip forward.
Well, that's the benefit of mouse and keyboard, because I've been playing... Like, the only time that I turn my PlayStation off nowadays is to play pro clubs, play 10v10 PES, and also to play the golf club. That is it. Everything else that I play is on mouse and keyboard, so I'm kind of getting used to the whole mouse and keyboard scene, even though it's super sensitive and stuff like that. I feel like if I've got the ability to be able to get a headshot, I'm probably maybe going to be able to pull it off. But yeah, I was hitting them in that match quite a lot yesterday. I just wasn't... I was shooting like 2 or 3 times and getting the blood squirting from the players, but I wasn't getting that kill. So I probably could have got 5 or 6 more yesterday, but I wasn't getting the final kills. Especially when it got to that circle as well, the final circle, because it definitely was favouring me. Like, I'd seen people in the corners, and they were just lying down behind stuff, so I was shooting them, but I wasn't getting the kills, because as soon as I'd like shot them 3 times, they'd like back out around the other side of the tree, but then they'd get killed from another angle with like 1 shot. So I feel like I can do better with the keyboard and mouse definitely than the PlayStation, because when I was playing with you the guys on the PlayStation the other day, playing on the sticks, I just don't think I've got it. Like, I don't think I've ever had it on the sticks.
I think it's like when I was saying it's a learning curve. It's kind of 2 types of learning curve. There's getting used to playing it on the sticks anyway, but the movement and the sensitivity is more different than any other game. I've been playing it for 2 years on console, and I'm still tweaking my settings. I've just used the settings from Twitch channel called thebeardguys.tv. They play PUBG Xbox and Xbox and PlayStation, same sort of settings. So I've copied his settings, and his settings basically have really fast strafing, really slow ADS, whereas I had quite a balance across the 2 previously, so that I knew I had the same level of movement when I was zoomed in and out for consistency. But the thing that's good with his is if you get used to snapping to your target and then just fine-tuning with your ADS, you absolutely melt people. So I have been playing better with that while I've got used to it. Like I said, the downside with it, though, is when you're still not fully embedded in using it and you've got someone running around you nearly, really close, should I say, and you're in ADS, I've got like this old school like mental block of like, I'm in ADS, I need to chase him with my strafe because that's what my settings previously allowed for. Whereas now, if someone's running around me and I'm trying to chase him in an ADS, it's aim down scope or aim down sight for people that don't know. If I'm ADSing and trying to turn, this guy's running around me and I'm going really slow, so I can't catch up to him. So I have to un-ADS, snap round and then ADS again, or just shoulder strafe. But yeah, that's me taking some used to it, and that's like 2 years later I'm still getting used to it, so I understand why that. One other thing though, if you kept getting hits on people, you had an SKS then. If you see a sniper, that's probably more your game. You're probably more like 360 no scope dock headshot with a Kar 98, because yeah, Kar 98 headshot insta dead, whereas an SKS,
well, that SKS I found that 8 time, and it's for me, I got all 3 of me. No, I got 2 of my kills with the SKS. The other one was like some guy was just trying to peek around the corner, and I was gonna say I blew him away, but yeah, I ended up taking him out with that. But I'm getting there. I wish that my PC was more modern than it is, because my CPU is like 4 years old now, and it's just playing the full version of that game, it brings it to a knee. So I'm playing the version that is more used in areas of the world where they don't have great PCs. So yeah, at the moment I'm just going to continue learning it, because the gameplay and everything is exactly the same as the full build. It just doesn't have like the full-on battle pass, and there's a few things that I'm missing from it, like the weapon mastery. But the actual core gameplay, it just doesn't have the textures that the full version has.
And most
Which
people,
for me, I'm not asked about that.
Yeah, most people when they play on the full game anyway drop everything down to very low apart from rendering distance, so they can try keep a little bit of range in it. But so you're pretty much playing the pro game anyway. Play it with no settings.
That's all I'm asked about. I'm pretty much playing the full version just without the textures. So that for me is fine. I'm just going to get used to the actual mechanics of the game.
Yeah. Well, GG on the dinner.
Thank you, Dad.
Thank you, Dad. Yeah, doorball. Fatma Dave says, when you said proud dad, I thought you were going to say Chloe got a win. Oh no, Chloe plays Fortnite and she's got more wins than I have. She's further along than I am in this battle pass anyway, so she's absolutely smashing it. GG Pud. Pez Bull, good morning. Hello guys, sorry for the off-topic question, but when you're streaming Masters of the League, we aren't streaming it today. We would have been normally, but I'm off to see the mother. Long story short, my mum has MS, so she can't see people, so we're taking a picnic and we're going to sit in her garden while she sits in her kitchen, and then we're going to just kind of like have a socially distanced picnic today. So Masters of the League will be back tomorrow though. We're scooping tomorrow, and then straight after the scoop onto Masters of the League, and then Friday scoop and Masters of the League. So double dose tomorrow and Friday. So yeah, make sure you tune in for that, Pesball. We will see you there. Morning, Enix, who joined me on the stream for some games of PUBG yesterday. No wins yesterday, but some decent gameplay. Says Enix. Is that just because you're Enix, or was that in relation to Bibby absolutely capping that dude in the final circle? Let me know. Anyway, let's jump into our news. We have a few things to touch on today. Starting with this, we have mentioned this previously, but rather than just in a tease, we now have all of the information. Mafia's Definitive Edition is a remake featuring fresh dialogue, cutscenes, graphics, and gameplay, written by Kirk, McKeand for VG247. The article says, Mafia Trilogy got teased last week, and we can now confirm what it includes, as well as a HD remaster of Mafia 2 and a relaunch of Mafia 3. It features a full-on remake of the first Mafia game, as last week's leak suggested. Mafia Definitive Edition was completely remade in a new engine. Taking place during the Prohibition era of organised crime, you'll rise through the ranks of the mob once again, but seeing all new story content, cutscenes and gameplay sequences as you go, and it looks gorgeous. It actually does look pretty class. I did see a Twitter post yesterday from someone that had kind of almost got the same sort of screens from the original version and the remastered version, and it's like looking at GTA 1 versus GTA 5 kind of thing. Maybe not GTA 1, GTA 3 versus GTA 5 is pretty good. Everything has been redone, from the acting to a new orchestral score. The original Mafia made such a lasting impact on how video games can tell serious stories, and we know how much the series fans still revere it, said Hayden Blackman, president and CCO at Hangar 13. Nearly 20 years after the Mafia series started, we now have an amazing opportunity to introduce this beloved game to a new generation of players and give long-time fans a chance to relive Tommy's story with a stellar, modern presentation, as well as new story elements and gameplay features. Owning Mafia Definitive Edition also unlocks Tommy's suit used both in Mafia 2 and Mafia 3, tying the Mafia Trilogy collection together. Mafia 2 Definitive Edition isn't a full remake, instead opting for the remaster treatment with 4K visuals and all the DLC packaged into the game. Here's a look at that remaster side by side with the original. No, it's in there, but I can't get it to see. I'll see if I can get that shot in a minute. But Mafia 3 Definitive Edition is a re-release, but owning it unlocks Lincoln's army jacket to wear in the other two games if you really want to mess with the timeline. You can buy the games as a package or individually, and people who already own Mafia 2 and Mafia 3 on Steam will automatically be upgraded to the Definitive Editions. That's class. The same goes for Mafia 3 owners on PS4 and Xbox One. The Definitive Editions of Mafia 2 and Mafia 3 launch today, May the 19th, and the Mafia Definitive Edition is coming on August 28th, which is when the physical edition of the Mafia Trilogy will be released. Phew, says the final comment of that. Pretty good. Thoughts, babe? Let's see if I can get this to show.
It's I didn't think we'd get. I'm sure Mafia 3 came out like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. So it's interesting that I don't know whether or not they've changed anything with that, or it's just part of the bundle, for instance. Because I ended up I'm sure that was on PlayStation Plus 1 month, and that's how I managed to play it. But I'm sure I've got Mafia 1 and 2 on my in my game collection here. I think Mafia 1 was on PlayStation 2, and Mafia 2 was on, I think, maybe my Xbox 360. I'm sure I've got them in my collection next to me here. But yeah, it's the fact that they've managed to bring them all out now in one big bundle. The first one being an absolute remake as well is fantastic. I'm surprised that they didn't wait to do remake the second one as well, instead of just having it as an enhanced version of the game. But still, we're getting a Mafia trilogy all on one console. What more can you ask for?
Long story short, I can't get that to work. Yay! Great. Enix saying some people say Mafia 2 isn't that great. Some complaints I've seen from people who have played yesterday. Just jump into split screen actually. There we go. Well, we can find that out because speaking to our lovely friends at 2K, they've provided us with a code, so we'll be playing it on the channel. When I say we, there's a very family theme in Mafia. It's including their tagline, something like family, power, respect. Well, there will be a very family theme to when I play this. So I've been speaking. I say speaking. Me and Danielle, my better half. I mean, I usually speak to her. That's what you do in a marriage occasionally. So yeah, we've been saying we should play some games on stream because there's so many single-player games like Spider-Man, like God of War, like Detroit or whatever that I've been meaning to play through. That I either leave Danielle and come and stream it, and Danielle gets to watch me through the stream, or we play them together downstairs. So we played through Jedi Fallen Order. We didn't do it on stream because I was playing it with Danielle. So we decided that we're going to start streaming some games. So we'll do a duo stream. I'll play it. Danielle will be on the stream with me, and then there we go. We get to enjoy it as a couple, and then we get to stream the game too. Win-win. And obviously, Chat with 2K, they've provided us with a code with a very family-orientated theme. So what better time to start? So tonight, myself and Miss Danielle Day will be making her stream debut on twitch.tv/ screen uploads.
Lovely.
Yeah. So if you're saying Mafia 2 isn't that great, we will see. Because we'll play it for ourselves. I mean, 2K did provide us with the code. But they haven't purchased our opinion. So if we like it, we like it. If we don't, we don't. We'll see what we say. But GG's to 2K for giving us the opportunity.
What was the problem? What was the for whatever you've seen, Jordan? What have people been saying about it that isn't great? Because there's some complaints to see from people who have played it. What were the complaints?
Yeah, I'd be interested.
Obviously, I'd be interested to know. I mean, not from my standpoint because I'm not playing it. Obviously, you are, Graham, but. Is it frame rate? Is it sluggish? Is like the player turning around and things like that? Does it still feel like an old school game? Like what were the things that was wrong with it?
I mean, the fact that this is only a remaster makes me think that if it is that, I'm not bothered because that's what you get kind of thing with a remaster. You're just adding a little bit of touch-ups, but you're not changing the underlying game. So are people expecting Mafia 2 and Mafia 3 to be definitive like the remake of the first one? Nothing wrong with the game. I think people are saying it looks the same to the 2016 version.
Well, no way.
I mean, what, exactly the same? Because, I mean, there's no way they can make it fully, like, spot on. Like, play Modern Warfare Remastered. Basically COD 4. It's the exact same map and everything like that. It's just in 1080p. I don't think it was 4K, but either way, it's the same sort of settings and textures and stuff. They've just polished everything, so you don't have pixelation on it. Is it people not understanding what you should expect from a remaster versus a remake? If it's that, then I'll take that. I saw a stream last night, and you can see better textures and lighting. See, well, that's fine enough for me because the whole thing is they've updated the graphics. Changed Mafia 3 slightly, I believe it was saying in the article. So that's fine, but that's like the prelude to Mafia, like an old school game being redone from the ground up. It's kind of like wetting the appetite kind of thing, wetting the palate kind of thing. So yeah, that if it's only that, then I'll take that with a pinch because it is a remaster. It's like I played through the Nathan Drake collection of Uncharted. I didn't play the Uncharted games. I mentioned this before. I played Uncharted 1 and my PlayStation died. So I gave up then. I was like, well, okay, I'm about 10 hours into it. I'm not going to do it again. I refused to put my time into it because it wasn't the greatest game. It was good for its time, but it was okay. It was kind of like Assassin's Creed 1, Uncharted 1. They set the groundwork, the foundations for the amazing series that followed. So I was like, I'm not going to go back and play that. Anyway, I went and played the Nathan Drake collection to go play through them all on PS4. That's the first time I played the first Uncharted. And that, obviously, wasn't perfect. You were still playing with not all of the controls that you'd expect in a modern game, and it didn't look quite as good. But it's still, if you go in knowing that, then surely you leave that at the door and you don't throw that into your judgments. Well, I like this old game. My issue with it, though, is that it's old. It's like, well, what? What? You know that you've just said that. You've just qualified that. I get, well, if that's all it is, then do you know what, GG, fair enough. But we will see. We will see. I will be streaming that with my better half, so you will see. What were you going to say?
I didn't realise that the Mafia 2 came out in 2010 and Mafia 3 came out in 2016. I thought Mafia 3 came out maybe 2 years ago, at a push 3. Didn't think it was 4 years ago. That's flown, because I remember the hype leading up to that. And that's why it doesn't feel that long ago.
Yeah, I remember seeing the Mafia 3 stands at Gamescom, walking around them, and it kind of got that like, was it the 60s, I think it was set in, or something like that, that sort of 60s styling of American downtown building setup. So it's almost like you go to Gamescom, you essentially walk through huge stands, and sometimes it could be wall to wall, and you could have a big Spider-Man logo on one side and an Xbox logo on the other, or whatever. So you've kind of like, but that kind of works because it's almost a grid sort of setup, as if you're walking down like a city. You'll have blocks. This block has these buildings on it, this block has those buildings on it. So you're walking down and you look to your left and you've just got like I can't remember if it was a theatre or a cinema sort of setup on the outside design wise, and it looked pretty cool. Obviously the game didn't go too far. I think there was some criticisms with it, but I'm pretty sure there we go, a relaunch of Mafia 3. I assume, actually let me check, 2K did send me a press release over yesterday. You play PUBG, so you won't have any issues with textures. Touche.
It's still massive throwbacks to when you two were playing it on the Xbox. You had the Xbox Series X, I think, and he was playing on the Xbox One X.
No, it was,
and whichever the new powerful one is.
No, we didn't. We didn't have that. It was slightly different at first. We then upgraded because I was taking my Xbox in, so I was playing on the X, and Craig was playing on the standard Xbox until we got the Xbox One X, and then it was kind of like either Craig was playing on the S and I was on the X, or Craig was just on the standard one and I was on the X. But I'd land and I'd be like, oh, there's something there, and I'd turn to my side and Craig would just be sat there looking at a big ball of plasticine or Play-Doh. It's like, oh no.
That's even before I joined Jelly and Ice Cream. I just used to sit there and watch you two playing that, and I'd just be absolutely in bits. Like the difference, like you would be in the plane before his even loaded. It was mental.
Yeah, I'm in the plane and Craig just, and I can just hear from the plane engines flying over. Oh, back in the day. Fun fact. I may be a big PUBG fan, but Craig got the very first chicken dinner on any of my accounts. That's the one. Is Chatbot logged in on yours, or is it?
Guess what?
No,
it's not. Fuck's sake.
I'll see if that works.
Oh, I tried changing the startup process to something else yesterday, and it still hasn't worked. So I just need to write a sticky note somewhere and put it on my monitor for when I boot up the PC, because it just doesn't do it otherwise.
A few times Graham had to instruct me where to land as I had a black screen. Turn left. Yeah, you just keep going straight down. You'll land where you need to. Craig just hears the thud as he hits the floor. 10 seconds later, his screen loads in. Ta-da! Yeah, thankfully it's not anything like that anymore. I was chatting to someone the other day. It was KK. I was chatting to KK, and he was like, "How is it on the console?" I was like, "No, it's actually really good. It's really good. Do you know, while you're loading that up, I will load this up.
Loaded.
Okay, let me see. Is it this one? No. Oh, it is. There we go. That's my first ever chicken dinner, which was actually Craig's chicken dinner. Fun fact. The link is in the chat if you want to watch it. But I'm going to put this on screen. This is the trailer for the definitive edition of Mafia. Wow, that's loud.
Everything I've done, both good and bad, I've done for my family.
This looks good. I'm not gonna lie. This looks good, and this is I'm particularly excited because I've never played through a Mafia game ever. I'm completely new to the series, so yeah, I will be. I'll be jumping in on that with my better half tonight.
What time?
Good question. I'd say 7 to 8-ish, but we'll post it out on Twitter at Ice Cream Uploads on Twitter when we go live, so you get to see it. But tonight, tune in to see me and the better half slowly getting sloshed on stream, played some today. Yeah.
I'll be back from golf then as well, so that'll be my evening viewing.
Yeah. Craig says, I actually bought Mafia 1 on PS2 about a month ago, wanting to play through it, but won't bother now, it's getting remastered. Unlucky!
Stick on the shelf.
So there you go. I mean, do you know, I will try. I'm going to try one more time looking on Twitter. Mafia Trilogy. I want to see if I can find the side-by-side images, because we have things like... Oh, there we go. This will do it. This might even be the actual tweet that I saw yesterday. So this tweet here from Demi Fiend RSA, aka Robert on Twitter, says comparison between the original and definitive edition of Mafia 1. Hashtag Mafia Trilogy. So Mafia 1, and then so you can see flat texturing on the cars, not too much detail. Mafia Definitive Edition, pow! That is like night and day sort of stuff. You could see this being like on the TV advert for it. That's not actual gameplay footage. Same next one again. Mafia 1, pixeling, you can tell that's like PS1. Look at the jagged shoulders and lines. Definitive Edition, pow! Do you know, absolute GG, well done. I mean, that's good. I mean, obviously the proof will be in the pudding when it comes to the gameplay itself, but that's enough to get me involved. Anyway, I think we should jump forward. I have. Jordan sent me through news stories. We will probably throw that one in tomorrow. But jumping in. Multitasking fail. There we go. Finally got it on. So we covered this yesterday on stream. Jumping into the next news story. I said covered it on the stream yesterday. Me and Jordan. Is that going to make this pop up? Yeah, there we go. Me and Jordan. Wow, all of the adverts. PUBG available on Stadia. My God. So we covered this on stream yesterday. Me and Jordan were playing through some PUBG. Ironically enough, there it is. But Asim jumped into the chat and said, "Here's one for you," and he linked us through to this. So Sony's Last of Us Part 2 limited edition PS4 Pro and controller bundle. This is written by Matt Wales for Eurogamer. And the tagline says, "And there's a matching headset and hard drive too." So, should you suddenly discover a yearning void within your being when you finally sit down to play The Last of Us Part 2 in June, one that can only be satisfied by playing The Last of Us Part 2 upon a specially branded The Last of Us Part 2 PlayStation 4 Pro and controller, then Sony is here to help because it has announced these things. The newly revealed Last of Us Part 2 PS4 Pro bundle is a limited edition affair and will launch alongside the game on the 19th of June. Its shimmering centerpiece is the customized PS4 Pro, which features a matte finish and comes engraved with Ellie's distinctive fern tattoo. That motif is carried over to the accompanying DualShock 4 wireless controller, which features a truncated version of the fern design on its lower right-hand side. Adding the final touches are the white detailing and the game's logo slapped prominently upon the touchpad. In addition to the hardware, Sony's limited edition bundle features a code for various bits of digital content, such as Last of Us Part 2 dynamic PS4 theme and avatar selection, and you'll perhaps be relieved to hear a physical copy of the game is included too. Away from the bundle, Sony is promoting 2 extra bit of similarly themed hardware. There's a steel black matte wireless headset emblazoned with Ellie's fern squiggle, nice way of summarising that, and an officially licensed Last of Us Part 2 Seagate 2TB game drive, which features the same botanical flourish alongside a gargantuan Last of Us Part 2 logo, obliterating any pretense at subtlety. A glance around the internet suggests that the Last of Us Part 2 PS4 Pro bundle will cost around $349.99 in the UK, while the controller can be purchased separately for $49.99. The wireless headset is $77.99 and the Seagate hard drive doesn't yet appear to be available. Does that tickle your fancy, babe, or is it too late in the gen?
I do think it's too late into the gen. However, this as much as I am a Last of Us fan, I don't think I'm an absolute super fan. So this isn't aimed at me. There's no way I would even contemplate, even if I was a casual fan or a massive fan of the franchise, I don't think picking this up would be the right thing to do, unless you are a collector and a super fan. That's when this is who this is aimed at. It wouldn't surprise me if it was limited numbers, and it's not just going to be 30 available in every shop everywhere. I don't think that's going to be the case. It wouldn't surprise me if it was maybe 5 or 10 in each shop everywhere, and aimed at the absolute super fan and the collectors. The PlayStation 100 million console, or the 80 million console, the blue one, that was
The
more
500
appealing.
million.
The 500 million. Wait, how is that 500 million?
I think it's 500 million consoles sold or games sold. It wasn't 500 million PS4s sold, but it was.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, we had that one on stream yesterday as well. We looked at some of the more recent or some of our more favourite ones. So we had the Spider-Man one, which Spider-Man is an amazing game. The console just doesn't resonate with me because it's bright red gloss colour with a white spider on it. It was just like, ugh, so much more could have been done with it. Jordan liked the Star Wars one, which again, it just that style didn't kind of resonate with me. I like so many different styles of Star Wars art. And if it was going for more of a simple animated, I'd rather it be more like Clone Wars than that. Was almost like not cell shaded. I don't know what the correct terminology is, but the Darth Vader PS4 that didn't kind of resonate with me either. I think the ones that I liked the most were, and I showed the 500 million blue console, which is kind of like the see-through glassy effect, and then just the classic grey PS4 Pro, as in like the standard PS1 sort of PS4 Pro.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just think buying a PS4 Pro now, unless your console is on its last legs, which to be fair, my PlayStation 4 is, chances are when I actually buy a PlayStation 5, I may end up buying a newish or second-hand version of the PlayStation 4 as well, because mine now just spits out discs. Like, I'd just be playing a game, it'll just spit the disc out. So it is on its last legs, to be fair, my PlayStation, but it's had a good innings. It's got absolutely battered. It's my day one console as well, so it's had a good innings.
Well,
but compared to my PlayStation 2, which I've now had for 20 years, do you know what I mean? That's still going strong. It's so weird.
Well, this on stream now is what I was saying when I was saying the retro grey one. I don't think this was an actual thing. I think this was just someone doing a mock-up. I know there was a 20th anniversary PS4, so let me do a search for that one. 20. There we go. You can tell I searched for it yesterday. 20th anniversary PS4 images. So there was this, and I believe Toby Lee, previously of Ice Cream Uploads fame, purchased this. If he didn't purchase the full console, he definitely purchased the controller, and I think this is really nice. Something about that, I don't know whether it's just a nostalgia from being tied to the first PlayStation that makes me like it so much, but I like this. The PS4 Pro one was nice as well, but then we go to 500 million PS4 images. This is the 500 million limited edition PS4 that had. Which one looks like it might be a good asset? There was the full sort of set. There was the camera, the controller, the console, and the headset, all in that sort of like blue glassy style. I really like that one. Tried to get it, but couldn't. God damn it. So there's those, and then you have. There was Spider-Man PS4 Pro. Not a fan of this one. It's just not very inspiring for me. There's so much more that they could have done with this artwork, and it's just like plain red with a white logo. Boom. And then there was the Star Wars PS4 Pro, which I don't know, maybe that's the one that Jordan was on about, the Battlefront one rather than the Vader one. Even still, it's just very simple. It's like stickers. Doesn't really sell anything. So yeah, they don't kind of resonate with me. I nearly got the God of War one when I upgraded to the Pro. I can't remember what that one looks like. God of War PS4 Pro. Oh, see, I quite like that one. If I'm being honest, I do like that one because it's not just a sticker as such. It looks like they've created a function or a feature on it. It's not just like they've just gone boom, red console sticker, pow, white spider. What? Does the skin actually light up, or is this just like a oh, it's a mod, never mind, there we go. I was gonna say damn.
Sold.
And then what was the other one I was gonna look for? Oh no, that was it. Spider-Man DS5 controller. Like, if you look at the Spider-Man PS4, and then this is a mock-up that someone's done for a Spider-Man DS5 controller. Look at how cool that is. That is a Spider-Man controller. If they'd have made the console look like that, I'd have invested in that potentially, but yeah, they missed the trick there. But we're not talking about those. We're talking about the Last of Us controller and console and headset, which I do actually have. I opened up the headset in a separate tab so we can see it because it wasn't included in that article. So this is the limited edition Last of Us Part 2 gold wireless headset. It's basically PlayStation's standard headset. Okay, like you can see there, that one with Fortnite, but they've added the Last of Us stuff on it. Okay, I thought it was just a separate image. Oh, it is. Yeah. So yeah, they've just added the Last of Us sort of fern motif tattoo on the inside of the rubber on the headset. A nice headset. It is a nice headset. Don't know if it's £100 worth of a headset. You're almost in the territory of Astros there, but yeah, it's a nice headset. But so yes, I agree though. I think I sit in the same boat as Bib, and as probably the reason why Craig asked yesterday when we were on stream is it's nice. Do we think it's nice? Yes. Do we think it's necessary? I mean, there's some stuff that is potentially necessary there. A nice headset. People might be like, oh, do you know, I actually need a new headset. I like The Last of Us. Boom, I can get that. It's quite an expensive headset for something that's not 7.1 surround sound, but there you go. Or a nice hard drive. Quite a lot of people, especially at this point of a console generation, and especially with Call of Duty throwing out 30 gig updates left, right, and centre, whatever, then at this point of a console life cycle, you've got no space left on your hard drive. I mean, I'm okay because I only upgraded to a Pro within the last year, so I've got 500 gig extra that I'm not used to. So yeah, this is amazing. But a lot of people need the extra. So having a 2 terabyte hard drive that you can just plug in USB, that's nice. But it's going to be expensive again for what it is when you can just get a non-branded one online and things like that. So yeah, it's all nice stuff. But if this would have come, the benefit of The Last of Us coming so late in the generation is the install base. The negative is that install base all has consoles. So I agree, like what Bibbs has said as well. It will be limited. It did say in the article that it will be limited, but I don't expect them to be producing a shitload of these because there's just not going to be the demand for it. There will be a small demand from the few that are the hardcore fans. But yeah, unless you're a collector of PS4 consoles, then I can't see it being such a big sales driver.
Yeah, I mean it'll do the job. It definitely will do the job for the people who, like you say, need it. Either because their consoles are failing now and they want to. I mean, even if your console was failing now, I don't think, unless you had a PS4 Pro that's now failing, and you absolutely don't want to go back to a base PlayStation 1 for the rest of the year, then this may be something that tickles your fancy. But it definitely is aimed at the very small minority of the fan base. And that's me doing an absolute injustice to how popular this game is. I'm just saying that the small fan base that wants to purchase this brand new PlayStation 4 Pro this close to the end of the cycle of this console.
Yeah, I agree. David says you would have thought they would have added the webbing of the Spider-Man outfit. Yeah, exactly. That's what that DS5 controller, they'd done that in the full art style of Spider-Man's suit from within that game, rather than just going generic red gloss. I mean, there's nothing really red and glossy about Spider-Man in that game, so I think they missed the trick there. But anyway, let's stick with Sony, and let's stick with Sony, but also let's talk about Microsoft at the same time. Can you do that? Are you allowed to cross the streams? Dun, dun, dun. As Sony says, its relationship with Microsoft is deepening following a cloud tech deal. PlayStation firm anticipates a very strong partnership. Okay, fanboys on both sides. Look, see this? That's Sony and Xbox shaking hands. Oh my god! I mean, they can coexist.
No way.
I know, especially after yesterday's conversations. If you want to hear some fierce debate on the fanboy factions and both sides of the coin, then feel free to check out yesterday's broadcast. It's live on YouTube. Well, it's on demand on YouTube, and it's also in the past broadcast on Twitch, but don't do it now because we're live now. Anyway, this article written by Andy Robertson on VGC says Sony has said its relationship with Microsoft is deepening following continued discussions around licensing the Xbox parent's cloud server technology. Microsoft and Sony announced a strategic partnership in May 2019, which will result in the PlayStation maker remake using Microsoft Azure data centers for cloud gaming and content streaming services. Jordan actually mentioned that on stream yesterday, and I said to him, that's not new. That was something that happened last year. And there we go. This is right there at the start. So as part of the deal, Sony and Microsoft will also explore collaboration in the areas of semiconductors and AI. Speaking during an earnings call on Tuesday, transcribed by VGC, Sony's Executive Vice President Toru Katsumoto said he anticipates Sony will develop a very strong partnership with Microsoft in the mid to long term. Since last year, we have been discussing this collaboration with Microsoft. In addition to cloud streaming games, there are semiconductors, consumer electronics, and remote solutions. In these areas, we are proceeding with our discussions, he said. Microsoft Azure has splendid cloud technologies, and they have given us clear explanations so far. Each side has its merits, and it seems that our mutual understanding is deepening after discussions. One issue Sony would like to work with Microsoft on is congested server use during nighttime hours, Katsumoto said. Gamers usually play games during the night and there will be congestion of the servers during this time, but in the day, not so much, he explained. How can we utilise the servers more efficiently and effectively? That's a technical point, and we are discussing this with Microsoft. In a mid to long term basis, it's going to be a very strong partnership. So under the memorandum of understanding signed by the two companies in May 2019, they will explore joint development of future cloud solutions in Azure to enhance their respective gaming and content streaming services. The pair said in a statement at the time that working together would enable the companies to deliver better services for both customers and creators. In a follow-up interview, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella claimed that the cloud gaming deal was all driven by Sony. First of all, it's all driven by Sony, he told Fortune. They looked at who are all their partners that they can trust. In fact, it turns out even though we've competed, we've also partnered. Microsoft's game streaming platform Project xCloud has continued to grow since it started its preview program last year, allowing users to play console games from the cloud on an Android phone or tablet. Nadella said in April that xCloud now has hundreds of thousands of users in preview across 7 countries, with 8 more launching in the coming weeks. Lead PlayStation 5 architect Mark Cherney has called Sony cloud gaming pioneers, adding that its vision in this area should become clear as the company heads towards the next-gen consoles release during the 2020 holiday season. Sony CEO Yoshida said on Tuesday that its own game streaming platform PlayStation Now had over 2.2 million paid subscribers as of April 2020, and that the company will reveal a compelling lineup of PS5 games soon, which we covered yesterday on the Scope. Bib, thoughts?
I mean, it benefits both parties to try and get this stuff sorted out. There's their comment about most gamers play at night and then you try and sort the servers out to make sure that it's all stable, blah, blah, blah. We are moving into a cloud gaming at some point or another. We thought it would be now. In fact, Xbox thought it would be 7 years ago. They was ahead of the curve at the time, but we all thought they was talking shit, which is obviously why the console never did as well as it probably should have done. Again, we've said it many times on the show, if there was to release the Xbox now, with the mentality that they had back then, it would have a fighting chance. But back then, everyone just wanted games on the discs. They wanted to be able to play what they want when they want, and that was the end of that. They don't want it all.
It sounds like you break it into a rap. They want to play what they want when they want it. They don't even know what they want.
Yeah. So, I think with Stadia doing what they're doing, and unfortunately not doing it as well as they should be doing it, or they could be doing it.
It's still going with the raps. Don't stop doing what you do when you do it. I just want to be a part of it when you do it. It's like, Dizzy Rascal over here. Go on.
But yeah, it's interesting that they both have this mentality now, and it wouldn't surprise me if Xbox was just saying, "Mate, we were trying to do this 7 years ago, but you know, you was falling behind. But don't worry, we'll both come together. We'll try and get the best experience." And it doesn't surprise me that they are so-called joining forces to be able to bring in this cloud game into the majority, which I imagine it's not going to be anytime soon. It's not, because we've seen Stadia have had their chance to be able to not open the door, kick the fucking front doors open and show the world what the cloud game is capable of, and unfortunately it's died on its ass.
Did you know that we now have an exclusive Stadia emote?
In the chat.
Hey, rip. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I apologize.
I thought they'd just been like donating, I don't know, memberships, I don't know, Christ knows. But yeah, they had the chance to be able to be the front runners of this, and I still can't see it for another, I don't know, 4 years. Because even still where I am, I have fiber, but I can't even get Virgin fiber, so I can't get the 150 down or 200, whatever the shit is nowadays. I've still got the poor Sky fiber, which I get 80. Compared to most people, that is nothing.
Same.
So it's just, I can't see it anytime soon until they start laying down the cables right up and down the country, especially for our part of the for our side of the world. It's not everywhere, and that's the problem that they face. We don't have the facilities that the rest of the world or some parts of the world have, where they have super high internet speeds. Unfortunately, we don't have that. We do have it around the country. People, good friends of ours, still have the likes of 1 GB downloads and Christ knows what's uploads. But unfortunately, we don't have that. So having cloud gaming 24/7 just wouldn't work for us, unfortunately. And we're in quite a rich country, so for the rest of the world, it's just one of them things. I can't see it for another 3 or 4 years, but at least they're getting the ball rolling now, and then they'll overcome the problems later down the line.
Yeah, having cloud gaming 24/7 is definitely not going to work, because right now, in a state of lockdown, the country can't even work with a few people accessing their emails at home. Never mind everyone.
Yeah.
Full on downloading 4K ray tracing textures and so on, and the bandwidth that's going to be needed for that, everything will just collapse. Which is funny, because then you get all these people going 5G. It's like that's just a different network connection. It's not actually gonna. Did you see that thing the other day that Virgin had to issue a statement saying that someone showed an image of one of the 5G, I don't know if it's an antenna or whatever the word it's called. One of the 5G installations, there was a chip inside it that said COV-19 on it. So this engineer, this is all in quote marks by the way, this engineer saw this chip that said COV-19 inside this 5G antenna, which ties to all of this conspiracy theory stuff. Virgin Media responded saying that chip is actually from an old TV. The circuit board it's on actually has a SCART socket, which hasn't been used in any sort of technology in the last 10 years, and you can actually see the and it was not a TV, a set-top box, so like a cable box or something, and if you look on the photo in the background, you can actually see the set-top box casing on the bonnet of his car. it's like you absolute weapons. I mean, if you're going to go through that sort of effort to lie and say, yeah, I'm an engineer and I'm just installing these things and it says COV-19 in it. I mean, if you're going to do something that makes people ill, then you're not going to have the name of it. P.S. This makes you ill. Or P.S. This is the illegal stuff we're doing on a chip inside it. You absolute melt. But that's the internet, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, speaking of melts on the internet, we see a lot of fanboyism, which there's nothing wrong with that. Being a fan of something isn't bad. But it's the levels. Yesterday we were talking with Jeevans about tribalism and the psychology behind that, people wanting to people kind of absorbing it into their psyche and it becoming part of them, and that's the reason that they kind of stand up for it. I get that sort of stuff, but this is nice. I like the fact that we have Sony and Microsoft. I mean, it's not anything new. The Azure partnership has been in place for over a year now, or is a year, May 2019. So yeah, pretty much a year, if not just over. So yeah, it's nothing new. These tech giants, why would Sony spend a million years trying to develop some software that or hardware that would just fall flat if Microsoft are doing something better? It doesn't work, and we've seen it in the past where Microsoft didn't want to use Blu-ray, so Microsoft created HD DVD at the same time, created HD DVD drives that you could add onto your Xbox 360 to play HD DVDs on your console and so on. It was just, they were both fighting for the same end, and if the first parties can go, actually, do you know what, the HD DVD bit probably cost Microsoft quite a bit of money. Blu-rays took off. Now nobody has either of them because everyone just watches stuff online, Netflix and so. But still, it was a lot of money that went into a battle that didn't need to take place. Why don't we just pool our resources and work together? We'll all save some money and we'll have something that's much, much better rather than rushed or corner-cutted or whatever. But that's nice. That's nice. But the thing that's beyond that is just Sony and Microsoft can play together. Why can't the fans play together? My God.
It's like you say, it's allegiances, isn't it? You pick a side, and then unfortunately, you drill that into the ground. You are the fan of that and nothing else. Apart from if a handheld comes out like a Nintendo Switch, or you play PC games, or you have a Tamagotchi or something like that. I don't know. But as a home console, you can only have one.
It's funny. It's funny how it progresses past that then as well. So you get like I play PUBG. Yeah, well I play Fortnite. All right, well I play Fortnite as well.
Yeah.
What? You play PUBG and Fortnite? And it's funny, like when you see. I mean, sticking with us as streamers, obviously we've streamed a bit of PUBG. You find a person that streams PUBG, and their chat will be like, "Yeah, Fortnite shit, it's not for us." But then if that streamer plays something like Fortnite, it's like, "Have you given up on PUBG?" No, I'm just playing another game. You are allowed to do that. Yeah, playing Warzone, so you're giving up on PUBG. No, I'm just playing Warzone. Chill out. Yeah. It's like, I mean, when we stream Mafia tonight, that means we're giving up on GTA. I'm sorry, but even though it's owned by the same company, it's just like mobsters in cities. So that's it. GTA's gone. Anything else like that, get out the window. Not playing you anymore. I mean, I played Uncharted, so I'm never going to play Tomb Raider again because you can only have one. But yes, fanboys, chill out, mate. Sony and PlayStation, they're making love. They're making little internet babies. But anyway. Let's move on. Let me see if I can... no, never mind. We'll have to just ignore what's embedded in this article because cookies just ain't playing. So one final bit of news today is quite a doozy. Something that I will actually check out as well. It's that Call of Duty Warzone's bunkers are open and fans think there's a Black Ops tease. There is an update within this as well, so I will start at the pre-update section and then jump up to the update so that we have it in chronological order. This is written by Emma Kent for Eurogamer. And here's the original story. Ever since Warzone launched back in March, players have been trying to figure out various ways to get into the map's hidden bunkers and discover what sort of goodies could be waiting inside. Today, the hidden caverns finally spilled their secrets while the patch notes have dropped a line that's put players in a tizzy. Thanks to the latest patch, players can now access the bunkers using a red access card, a lootable item which can be found in legendary chests. Once inside the bunker, players can grab high-quality gear and cash to set them up for the game. It's basically the same as Apex Legends vaults and vault keys, and from my experience of that game, let me tell you, those vaults really do become a flashpoint for scuffles. So there's images embedded with this now. Oh, can I click on it? Yep. Bunker doors that are outside now open with a keycard, so this should have an image on the screen open for you. There you go, opening the bunker doors. Let's jump back to the article. Oh no, it's not that one. No, it was that one, but back. There we go. Where was it? No. So the tweet says you can now open the vault with keycard. #Warzone. While you'd think that would be the end of it, it seems Warzone's bunkers have a further surprise in store, as there are yet more doors inside which are currently locked. It's like a Russian doll, but with bunkers. Players have also noticed a message at the bottom of the latest patch notes which they believe could point to a further secret. Some think this could be a reference to the number of stations in Black Ops set in the Cold War and a teaser for the next Call of Duty title. This would fit with previous reporting by Kotaku that Call of Duty 2020 would be Black Ops 5, made by Treyarch and likely set in the Cold War involving Vietnam. Meanwhile, others have discovered the telephones dotted around the map have started blurting out Russian, which apparently detail encryption codes. Is an ARG afoot? Could that code possibly unlock the second set of doors? If you want to dive into the latest Modern Warfare patch, you'll need to brace yourself for a hefty download, as the latest is 20 gig on PS4, 26.1 gig on PC, and another 3.9 gig for paid players, and an impressive 31 gig on Xbox One. Damn, why? And then now let's jump back up to the update then. Update, it really didn't take long for players to discover what was going on behind the doors in Bunker 11, as members of the Modern Warzone subreddit community have already managed to click through the walls to discover a nuclear warhead. Here's a look. Actually, let's click at the actual tweets. There we go. So here's a look behind the doors of Bunker 11. There's a war room, server room, mist room, and more, along with a big shiny red button in the war room and a nuclear warhead inside of the bunker. Ah, they've flown the drone in. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. People with them hacks. So, yeah, as shared by Geek Gaming Squad on YouTube, the bunker caught the attention of the community as it was the only one that still had a red light on the door. Using a drone, the group was able to click through the walls to tour through the bunker. Data miners in the Modern Warzone Discord were able to view the model and confirmed it was called nuke_callus. Perhaps something needs to be put inside the nuke to arm it. Along with the alarming news about a nuclear warhead under the map, one fan also found models for the RCXD, which is a remote-controlled explosive car, and a U-2 plane, which looks somewhat similar to the spy plane from Black Ops. Even if it's not the exact same model, why has the plane that became iconic in the Cold War suddenly popped up? Food for thought. So a lot... What? Just looking at the chat then. The auto mod blocking Craig's message. What? Mr. Pitt, what have you been writing there?
It wasn't him. It wasn't him. Your brother put cunt. He typed in cunt. I apologise for those of you that don't like that word, but that's what's been put into the chat. But the auto bot stopped it from being processed. So he said allow or deny, and all he's done is just press allow, and then it's written the text to allow it.
I missed the bit above it. It just looked like Craig had written that. Yeah. I get it. I was going to say, Craig, what are you doing, man? Chill your beans. The writer's name is McKeand. It sounds like one of those trick names trying to get someone to say I'm a cunt. I think I went on a tangent with this. I used to know someone called Emma Batte, and similar sort of thing. But anyway, Emma Kent's absolutely smashed it with the article, though, going through all of that detail, finding a bunch of clips, embedding tweets, Reddit stuff, and then adding an update to it too. What's your first impressions, Bib? Thoughts?
I still can't believe in 2020 that people who create the game don't just put nothing behind these doors so that people can find it. I can't believe it. Like, obviously we've seen how many hacks have been going around in Warzone as it is. We didn't need to see this, but it's been found because people can find a way of doing it. So like Craig mentioned in his comment, remember the old games where you got close to a door and you edged up against it, the door would clip so you could see what was behind the other room. This has been going on for the best part of 30 years, do you know what I mean? And still, they've put massive things like this behind a door that they know full well people will be able to get into. Whether or not they're just hiding it in plain sight and hoping that people can see it so that they get a bit more, build up to it and excited to see what's in there, I don't know. But for me, just don't program that bit into the game. Just leave it as a door, and if you was to click behind it, it'd just be white, it'd be nothing, it'd be transparent, it would be the end of the earth. I don't understand why it's in there, but...
I agree. There was something that I did see yesterday. It was see if he's tweeted it or if it was just someone else that tweeted it. Courage, aka Courage JD. This is it. This is a video of him actually getting inside it and stuff. So I think it's not so much that, but I do completely agree with what you're saying though. Why would you put all of that sort of stuff in there? What if that's meant to be there so people can find it, fair enough. But quite often you'll have it where that's meant to be there, but not meant to be found. And it's like, well, why is it meant to be there then? Just keep it off until your next update when you release it, because that way you're just not letting all your secrets go. It's like, you'll get like a demo, and it's like, oh, here's a demo where it only allows you to access one specific mode of the game. Nice. But behind that, we're going to put all of the rest of the game and all of the secrets for all of our marketing calendar. Oh my god, you've just... What? But yeah, this is what I was talking about. There's this... For those of you that don't know, Courage, or Courage JD, Jack Dunlop, once again, this is a Twitter video, so that's why it looks petite. For those of you that don't know him, he is quite an excitable streamer, so this might be a bit loud for your ears, but I'll hit play on this for you. This is him going inside the bunkers and getting a bit excited.
It's green! It's green! It's green! Oh! We did it! We did it! Easter egg Bunker 11! Oh! Oh!
I wish this game would excite me this much. I wish it would.
Oh, this is the desk. There's a timer. 2-1, and then it freezes out.
Watching this, it's
Oh, look at these.
it's like watching kids run into something like a birthday party. It's, oh, this cake!
Wait, drop that. It's a new thing.
You unlock it for your class, like your first do the game.
It's an entire. Wait. Yo, wait, crawl through here. What are yo? Oh my God! A nuke button, shiny red button. Look in here.
Look in here. Look
It's
in
a
here.
nuke.
Oh my god.
So
Oh
they
my God.
That's a nuke.
This is a nuke being built. I just got the chills. This is a nuke being built.
so you can see the nuke and everything. Oh, let's stop there. All right, Courage, chill out, mate. It's done. We've seen it. So within that, you can see the nuke. You can see the red button that's mentioned in the article. You can see the mystery room. You can see all of the elements. So I'm guessing that they were supposed to be able to pick it apart anyway. So the fact that people have kind of like glitched through walls has just kind of only spoiled it for themselves in terms of it was meant to be found. But yeah, I mean, it's. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think what I'm trying to say is I like this. I do like this. I hope it only goes to a certain point, because my fear now is there's a nuke being built underneath the map. So this is Verdansk, Warzone's only map at present. You've got to feel the fact that they've named it means that they're going to add more. The fact that there's a nuke below that map, that gives me two thoughts. There's either going to be you can activate the nuke, say you get enough money or whatever it is, you can activate the nuke and kill everyone in the game, just like you used to be able to do if you got a 25 kill streak on multiplayer Call of Duty back in the day. You got the nuke, boom, everyone's died, you've won. That's it, game over. So if that happens in Battle Royale, I'm not bothered about that, but Battle Royale isn't about farming to the point or getting kill streaks enough to the point that you can just win the game. Battle Royale is about being the last one alive. So if it's that, I'm not particularly happy with that. And if it's the other side of thing that I wouldn't be happy about is if they're starting to like almost levolution their map, like Fortnite's Dusty Divot being hit by an asteroid. If they're using a nuke to wipe out areas of the map and take out the airbase or whatever, then I'm not bothered about that either, because I'd say add a new map. I like the fact that there is some story into it, and the fact that bit is genius for me. The fact that they've built this in, they've had the foresight to put these things in and ignore them. People are already starting to say, "Oh, there's the stadium in the middle of the map. Maybe getting into the stadium will have something within there," and so on. There's all sorts of like rumors about the dams and the wolves and stuff. Being able to hear that, there's. All of that sort of stuff is cool. How if this is all coming into play, the fact that they're starting the rumor mills and the map will evolve, and it's not going to be like Blackout where it's like, oh, you jump in and shoot each other. Okay, and where does it progress? Well, it really doesn't. That's it. The fact that there is some sort of progression in it, I love the idea. Just don't butcher what people have come to know and love within it, because you can't then build on that. You kind of kill that experience and you can't get back to it later on. Louis Slade says the nuke should be a type of BR game like Plunder or Warzone. I agree. A separate game mode. Boom. There you go. That's it. So they've got the they keep adding different modes in it. So there was one that came on the other day where you could, rather than going to the gulag, if you had enough money, you would just automatically buy yourself back in. If you didn't have enough money, you would die. I mean, I do quite like the gulag, so I didn't play that mode. But I like the fact that they're trying new modes, and that's where I think that nuke should be a limited time mode, the nuke kind of thing, rather than editing the map. But I mean, we don't know if that's actually what it's going to be.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Hi, Lewis. Anyway, let's go late.
See, I can't say it like you. I sound like to Yorkshire. I have to go, lad, Lewis, lad.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I mean, it is nice though. It's good to see. It's good to see that Activision are evolving in that sense. I mean, I'm saying this about one of the most advanced video game companies in the world evolving, but then they're not advanced in the realms of BR. Well, they weren't last year. They're like, yeah, we could do Battle Royale. We do video games with guns, so we can do it better. And Blackout was good, but then just didn't have any longevity to it. But they've come back this year with a greater understanding of what Blackout is, what Battle Royale is, and how communities want to play their video games. So we've now got Battle Passes, we've now got content within the game. The maps are evolving in some way over time. If it's just adding new functions and cool bits like that and bits of narrative, then I'm happy enough with it. If they start to change the map, then I'm not so much, because the reason people want to play Shipment, and the reason people want to play Nuketown, and the reason people want to play Crash and whatever is because they love the map. They got to know the map. They love it. So start killing the map, editing as you go, doesn't give them the opportunity to do that. So yeah. Anyway, if you want to go tinkering, there is a lot of stuff in Warzone right now. Lots of Easter eggs for you to go check out, so make sure you do go check it out. And if you do go and check it out, please feel free to send any clips in to us. We want to see a bit more for ourselves. Obviously, we've seen Courage doing it just there and getting very excited. We'd like to see you get excited too, so if you do find any clips, we do have a Discord as well where you can throw bits of content in there as well, or just tweet it to us at Ice Cream Uploads. We'd like to see a bit more. Basically, show me how you do it, and then I can do it without having to figure it out. Yeah, deal, nice. The Adventurist, long time no see in the chat, says Warzone, more like Barzone.
Yes, Alistair. What's going on, geezer?
I'm going to ask the question because this is basically what we're all assuming now. You're sat with a speed gun out of a window and your feet up on
And a donut.
yeah, on the M62 or something like that, just going 72? Nah. 86? Nah. 102? Nah.
Has to be.
Goddamn right. But we are going to drop off. We are done. That's the news for the day. Quick run through of the stories again for those of you that may have been late. In the Mafia Definitive Edition is a remake as leaked last week. Mafia 2 and Mafia 3 are remasters. Those two are available now. The original Definitive Edition will be following in August. If you buy the full trilogy, you get the later one in August free as part of that. You don't have to pay for that one too. On top of it, Sony's Last of Us 2 Part 2 Limited Edition PS4 Pro and controller and headset and hard drive are either now available or soon will be available. They look pretty good, but do you really need it? Call of Duty Warzone's bunkers are open, as we've just seen then in that story, and there's some pretty exciting things in there. Finally, Sony has deepened its relationship with Microsoft 2 following the cloud tech deal that started last year. They are looking at doing more. Obviously, Sony uses Microsoft's Azure cloud technology for online gaming, and we will expect to see a bit more on that as time goes forward. But there we go. Latest lads, or lads for Graham. Cheers, Lewis.
A bit Lewis lid.
So, like I said, we are going to drop off. We don't have any post-stream content, so if you are sat in the stream waiting for Masters of the League today, because obviously usually it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's not happening today. We are doubling up for Thursday and Friday, because I'm off to see the family today. So no Masters of the League today, but if you are around tomorrow, feel free to stick around after the scoop as we jump into the Ice Cream Uploads FC. You can see Bibby on the Bib TV in the Ice Cream Uploads office, in the car park, in our Range Rover uploader. I mean, feel free to check it all out, but not today. That will be tomorrow and Friday. But before we do disappear, Bib, would you like to say anything?
I've got two things to say, actually. The first thing is my maths is completely off, so our 150th show was yesterday, so today is 151. Yeah, so again, unbelievable that we've managed to stick around this long and give you 151 shows for you to be able to chew down on. And thank you every single one of you that have stuck around for us since October 8th, was it? I think since our first show around that time.
Yes.
Anyway. So it's been 8 months, I think, since we've been able to do it. So again, thank you very much for every single one of you that have stuck by. We've only missed one show, I think, and that was because we was at an event.
I know we did.
I do think we've only missed one show.
There was a bank holiday one that we didn't do as well. It was
No, that's bank holiday. That doesn't count.
True. Yeah, actually, fair enough. I'll give that one. Yeah, so we missed one because we were holding a launch event for Sniper Ghost Warrior contracts. So yeah, that's the only reason why we've missed one. So there we go. Yeah, it's not a bad record. What we need now, though, Mr. Gatekeeper TV, Chief Colourer, Innerer at Ice Cream Uploads, we need because we're on 151, we need like a Pokemon-esque sort of 151 episodes asset that we can put out. Yeah, that's what we need. Do it. Gotta stream 'em all.
So yeah, 151 today. Again, thank you every single one of you that have watched, listened, subscribed, chatted, everything else that just kept the show going. Without you guys, it'd just been me and Graham talking to each other with no viewers. So thank you very much for that. But the second thing and the most important thing, and the reason why the show is still going for 151 episodes, is because we want your thoughts and opinions on the latest video game news. And there's two ways that you can do that. The first way is to contact either myself at We've Got Rubinio, at Graham_Day, and of course at Ice Cream Uploads on Twitter. Give your thoughts and impressions on the video game news that you've come across. Or the second thing, now the chatbot is working, we'll be able to drop in the link to Discord for you to be able to go over there and give your thoughts and impressions on there. There is a designated channel for you to be able to drop in the links with your thoughts and opinions, as well as, because we haven't got Masters of the League today, if you want to give a shit about not streaming today for you, there is a place for you to do that in the Masters of the League Ice Cream TV section of the Pro Evolution category. So go over there, give us some news, give us some whatever you need to do. The Discord is there for you to be able to use as and when you want to.
Yeah. Okay, we are going to disappear. Make sure you drop anything you need or anything you want in the Discord. Particularly the bit that Bib just mentioned about the Fan TV bit as well. ICU Fan TV. Feel free to share your videos about the state of Ice Cream Uploads. And I mean, are you happy with things? Do you want to have a word with the management? I mean, you got a problem with the Range Rover that they're driving around in? I mean, obviously 7-figure sums when they've got no team. I mean, let us know. Send your videos in ICU Fan TV within the Discord. We will show your videos within the actual broadcast itself, just like you'd get Arsenal Fan TV or Full Time Devils or whatever. I mean, feel free to drop your videos in there. We want you guys to be involved in the broadcast. But we are going to disappear. We will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. ish with another episode of The Scoop, followed by Masters of the League. But before that, I will be on the channel with my better half having her first stream tonight, playing through Mafia 2, or starting our playthrough of Mafia 2 anyway. PC version, so I better get that downloaded actually, because you need to get it installed. But yeah, we were playing through that this evening. So if you're not doing anything tonight, if you want to just sit down in the chat and have a chat with me and the missus, then yeah, feel free to drop it in. But, ladies and gentlemen, one benefit that you might have from being an Ice Cream Upload subscriber is access to our exclusive emotes. I mean, I've just dropped 2 in the chat for celebrating our 151st episode, the Let's Go and the GGWP, but it's that one that Bib has just dropped in multiple times. We always sign off the show with that, so if you are a subscriber, please feel free to drop your emote in the chat now. And then have yourselves a lovely day, ladies and gentlemen, and then remember what you've got to do, Bib.
They've got to stay frosty!